Come down for the execution. Martin's going to force himself out of dodge, and there'll be some tag damage coming in the initial contact. Martin the first to fall to Fang, however. The bomb should commit to the site. And now they're wrapping towards water to catch off Snappy the same. So 5-on-3, infinitely gained.
Really nicely done there from Complexity. Get that opening entry. Rather than just getting the bomb down straight away, they start taking some of that pit control, allowing themselves some further map presence. There is a backstab out towards Monster, but it's still a two-man disadvantage.
Dia's made noise, so JT and Floppy can call that in, and the player in the water position. And Grim's going to watch out for that as Fang looks out to the backlines, catches Volley. Is he aware of some pies? Apparently not. Backs our turn, but the USP is missing his shots. Eventually connects it onto Fang. Looks for the next player of Floppy. No one's accounted for this quick walk out. Flicks on towards JT, doing damage, but no further kills go the way of the CT side. AWP is in on some Pie, seeing if we can have that impact. The impact comes in from Martin, though, peeking up alongside Volde, finding two picks between them. Floppy and Grim now isolated on short and connector respectively. Dia is trying to play around this smoke the same. Off angle that Grim could still sneak past, but smoke's after clear though. Dia's going to catch him. Two left standing for Complexity. ENCE have found their rhythm.
Oh, that was lovely coming through from ENCE. That's a massive change-up. They haven't really made that many aggressive run forwards, and you saw the deep Monster smoke coming through, the instant press out towards Monster in the short pipe, and this round has been incredibly successful.
They have proven that they can still be good at it in other matches as well, so chance to redeem themselves here against Complexity, but so far so little's been gained in this one. Grim again starts things off with the T side and reduces Dia down to nothing.
He's a massive threat right now, Grim. Think about his entries towards Connector, the top of bathrooms. He has been finding so much impact in Con, and there just does not seem to be much of a way that ENCE are dealing with this. You've got Floppy as a lurk outside of Monster, just trying to hold them at bay. JT and Co behind this divider smoke, and for ENCE, it's a little bit more of a heavy gamble over towards B right now.
Posting their positions, Grim just trying to prod out of the squeaky door. What flashes in from the CT side themselves. Floppy try and lead that charge in from Monster. Great reactive smokes there from ENCE. Rather this clock pretty low, not so much low that Complexity will have a hard time with the execution. Martin, however, going to try and exploit that smoke in a different way. Pushing the issue, getting dealt with the same. Some Pious, however, finding room for a trade out towards mid as the execution comes in now for the Complexity side.
Gets a little bit gimmicky with that aggressive Monster hold, and now Complexity are going to go. Rotates are coming quickly, though.
Bang the first man in, trying to check out the water position. One player of Graffiti could become a bit of a threat, but no. Some Pies has dealt with Volde, trade, Snappy on the other side of water. Gets a headshot, gets a double up, needs the triple on the spray, and that's exactly what he holds to keep the... And ENCE initially setting up their util for a very early set piece towards the B side, but they're being challenged already by JT, who's found Volde.
This is almost the exact same setup of what Complexity did in their pistol round. Quick B-side execution straight out from Monster, but it's been cancelled. Complexity have already tried to peek towards Monster. Now they've got an opening man advantage, but they still have a lack of information.
Complexity have a suspicion it's going to be the B here with two players facing now. Here they come. Great counter flash. Floppy swings in, sees two, and gets two perfectly. Headshots on Dia and Martin. Snappy low, and Floppy swings out for a whole...
And Hulzerk is going to be able to provide a flash. Frank can get aggressive, peek around the corner, spots out Snappy, but doesn't win the fight.
Hulzerk stands alone. Backup is on the way, and his utility placement with a HE and Incendiary will stall the execution for long enough to get a 2-2 split in. Meanwhile, there's a great... They will find Grimbo, but there's a rotation inbound from ENCE, and Snappy playing around his smoke gets caught off by JT. 3-on-3. That slow walk might provide the counter rotation from Complexity, but Floppy's backed away.
It's a good call here for Floppy. Don't get aggressive. 3v3, play it back. Allow that retake to come in.
Try find the long fight on towards Dia. Nails onto his position, doing very little damage towards Floppy. 36 HP for him, but 16 for Dia's part. 3-on-3 situation. ENCE need to hold this. The flashes coming in for the CTs. JT out in the open, and Martin just peeking and prodding out of the default position. Now swings alongside Dia's initial face. Martin with the kill onto Floppy. 3 versus 2. ENCE hearing footsteps, JT walking slowly. Martin suspects it, but JT still gets the kill. Dia caught off by Hulzerk, and Sun Pius in his orb needs to step up again. Shot connects on one and plays the long game against Hulzerk, calls his bluff, but his second face is going to be the stick. He makes the noise, he wins the round, he doesn't hold his life, but he
can respond up onto the pistol. A lobby crunch in from Complexity, which only gives them the tell about the outside setup.
JT in a credit card gets 1 kill for his trouble, only 1 kill. Floppy able to respond as he actually raises all up to the marshmallow and gets a double onto Dia the same. Damage done to the next individual. He's hunting for Snappy, who's got to dive down, but Grim makes his way towards the outside at red box. Julie's in hand, 1 bullet's all he needs, and Some Pius is 1 man left standing.
1v4, out to the open, just trying to see if he can take the duel against the Julies. But with Complexity, with mass players all around, you can't imagine much is going to come down to the Spaniard at all. Complexity looking to yet win another pistol round. And maybe we need to get the pen and paper out here, Jay, and just start marking these pistol victories. This is going to be 3 from 3 in Complexity in one of their most important series here in the Pro League.
Not missed a beat when it comes to these half openers, and might not miss a beat at all from here on. Certainly haven't done so here in this opening pistol. Sumpires is still trying to fight hard to get himself out of this position. It would be an ace clutch if he can manage it. That's the difficult part about it here. USP pulled out, back turn towards 1CT, does get that headshot on the play. Start walking downstairs, but right into the hands of Holzer. His AWP posted up, ready for the first shot. Dia down, and no one faces.
A little bit more aggressive. Typically, you see that position being held from Holzerk where he falls back. Now, in that display, even when they lose the pick towards Secret, it's a quick pace. It's a tempo change there for ENCE to get back in towards Garage, to start exploiting outside, and that's going to start pulling attention from Floppy into Hell, while the A players start taking some lobby control back.
Perfect timing from Valde to evade them. They might have absolutely no idea. AEG, meanwhile, engages in from Hell. Valde challenges JT, wins that fight. Grim can take it back, though. 3-on-2 favor of Complexity. The bomb has been crossed towards the site and should get planted by Sumpires.
There's a lot of nades. Double incendiaries up onto the retake and quite a lot of flashes. This looks really promising for Complexity. Snappy and Sumpires are going to have a tough time here.
Concern will be the man advantage, and if Snappy will look towards outside when no one's coming in from it. Flashbangs forward. I think they've checked in. Oh, he still lands the headshot to Grim. Floppy forced to trade it back, and Sumpires runs out of ammo, giving Floppy the perfect double for the triple in the round itself. And at least have their weapons back thanks to that bomb plant. Complexity currently in the lead and not looking to concede any sort of pick back as a result of that. I say that, and Sumpires does land the nade stack alongside Martin and Co. Credited with the kill, of course, but Grim peeks forward, trying to respond in kind to the end side. Might have lost the man advantage, but gain the map control and get a pick for it.
Very well done there for Complexity, and now even Dia falls outside. So while you've got the creativity of the triple nade boost coming through from that skylight position, look at what's been responded. Complexity aggressing from lobby, Fang's been able to find success outside, and just spotting more information onto Snappy too.
Flashes up and over towards the outer yard. Grim retreating back into a much more common defensive position. Teammate towards the outside to watch out for Snappy just in case. He's not going to make a move though. Just wait for those footsteps and act when necessary. 45 seconds for the hit.
Snappy's got to be the one to engage out towards main. Pull that distraction to allow either the ramp take or the split in towards upper. It's got to come down to this first engagement in main.
M4 waiting. Grim still has his eyes set on Martin, reduces them to 2. The quick flicks back are perfect on Snappy and all. USP pulled out for the quadra. Surely shouldn't win this particular fight. Molotov forced him to try and take it anyway, and Sumpires will get the trade back, but Floppy quick to buy up with the AKs here for the T-side line. Aggression towards the outside, but indoors goes the executed seams. Valde first to fall. Blind spray from Fang. Gets Sumpires and almost gets Marlon the same. 4-on-3 situation controlled by Complexity. ENCE forced to change the strategy.
Grim's got a backstab, and the ramp players are slow about this. This could be a very good siphon off, especially if Floppy can slow him down.
Flash in, Holzer looking forward to the pistol. AWP pulled out, looks back in towards trophy entrance and gets his kill. Unawares of the second player though, making noise. He should be dead to rights. Oh, D has given away his position. Dives back in against the next CT and does catch Floppy, but needs to focus on so much more and just overwhelmed by the numbers game. Martin now in the 1v3. In the control room, looking out the window, sees one, gets Grim. That's a start. Needs Fang next, isolates the 1v1. But where's the last man? He's out in the open, and Holzerk save them, but ENCE apply the brakes.
And JT's in a position where he can try and cut them off, going back towards lobby. A little bit of an off angle, more towards that left-hand side. The first kill goes his way. Can he find any more? Oh, Grim even gets involved with the crossfire. The bomb gets dropped, and that's a slaughter.
Pius and Valde being comfortable with something that can be debated, though. Everyone's having a bad game here for ENCE. Holzer, look at how aggressive he's going to get on outside. Dia might catch him. Indeed he does. Okay, that's one mistake punished. It's only 1 out of 5 frags that ENCE need.
And just hearing those footsteps getting aggressive towards outside, that was unnecessary there from Holzerk. Needed to either do it beginning of the round or not at all. and gets caught off. Dia's at least pulling some attention towards outside, but Complexity, they've been in this position before. They can still bounce back in man disadvantages.
Snappy with a quick trade on Marden's death. Nades and smokes in, Grim watching on. AK in hand, top of the heart, gets Snappy. 3-on-3 situation, tries to cover off his drop-off, but still gets Valde. Double up for Grim, isolating each of these individual fights. 2 more fights to get, the taps to the headshot, drops the bomb again for Grim. The Reaper's walking through Nuke, and Dia's got nothing he can do about it. So, won't always be a sustainable strategy for the ENCE side.
Yeah, they found more success on the rushes out from Squeak Door than they have from the top of Heart. You can see there from Halzer getting aggressive up and even going to get boosted back towards Heaven. That's a very creative way to get the AWP for an opening pick.
End of the day, it works, and that's what is important here for the Complexity side. One frag found, Snappy now pressing the issue with Floppy. M4 gets his head taken off. Snappy's head shot for the AK. 4-on-4 situation being gained thanks to those trades. Fang catches volley with utility in hand. Snappy trying to trade it. Fang will not get a third repeat, so they should be able to get access to the site. The Molotov might send him away. Some pies. His AWP indeed lands it to a 3-on-3.
Try and get that bomb plant in. Grim's got an opportunity to try and deny. Explode out from the Squeak Door. Opts against it, and now JT's trying to get into position too.
Molotov sent JT alongside Grim, both players in a decon, sprays back Snappy, the AK bearing down upon them. We see one, we think there's two. We'll certainly see the Achilles heel of Grim. That's one pick back, looks out towards the left-hand entrance. Marden and Halzer go trading. Marden doubles up though. Now looks for the last man of Grim. 37 HP, defuse kit is on him, but no time to get these kills and the defuse at the same time. No smoke to go for the Ninja. He'll challenge Marden, he'll get that kill, he'll tap the bomb, try force some pies out, but ultimately lose to the AWP.
What a round.
Another question entirely, but for Complexity, be their best chance taken in 2 sole maps as Halzer kicks things off against some pious. Complexity already in control. Marden detected by Grim. Halzer follows suit with a double, and it is all just falling apart in an instant for ENCE. Snappy desperate to hold on to 2 trades. He only gets 1 though, and Dia is in a 1-on-4.
See ya later, mate. They absolutely cracked some of those entries out towards ramp from Halzerk, and then Grim with the instant pre-aim towards the top of Heart coming out from the door. You've got Dia trying to cake his way back in from main, just seeing if anything is going to be a possibility. What?
Relatively low here for Complexity. Smokes in from JT, will try and stop them. There's some pious with the opening kill, and he swings on JT the same. Quick double up, 5-on-3, and he's dipping in for a bit more, but no one's there to receive the balls.
What a sequence coming through from some pious, playing around that utility, and now even Floppy has to try and work off of that utility into the ramp control.
There's the kill back onto the man, 4 players standing for ENCE. 60 seconds left, Marden. Also Valde set towards Squeaky Door, trying to press the issue, trying to find these individuals here, but just outside of that, well established. AK in at the Squeaky Corridor. How much are they aware of this? Will they check the corner? No, they won't. Floppy dead. Grim can adjust towards him, though. Marden struck probably a little bit too early.
This is still going to be difficult. Grim's down low, try and get a bomb plant towards A and force out the post plant. ENCE are giving a lot of respect forward, not rotating in too quickly.
Oh, they sees him and deals with him. HP disadvantage definitely favourable to the CT side. Similar story for Halzerk now against the next 2 players. 1 kill out of 3 found. Eventually some pies, blind fires.
Pies aggressive towards outside again.
Sees one, takes that shot. Dia gets Grim, kicks things off. Fang, instant response for Complexity. Floppy blind behind the smoke alongside Marden. Desperate to try to get a kill. Fang does end up with a double. Floppy also finds Marden the same. A 3-on-2. The HP bars are low for Complexity. Snappy will not be allowed in from Heaven, and neither will Dia, but they should set up for this retake.
Oh, this is getting wild. Back and forth with the trades. The HP bars are good though, and Snappy might be able to get this first on the Floppy.
Oh, nade a little bit far out. The incendiaries come back in, but they get blocked off by the smoke. Snappy now leans in. Quick kill against the first. Did he see that second player? I think he might have done. He's checking the corners of Heart, and the AWP now swings. There's Halzerk. Dia drops into the site, aware of one. Sees Fang. Quick headshot. Diffuse kit on him. Taps it once and swings out the left to make it a quadra.
They're close. Early nades towards outside. outside. It's quick. JT from the back of T-Red. Dia deals the first, and that second makes it. That pause of complexity gets absolutely ripped by Diha.
The right man in the wrong place makes all the difference in the world, as a very famous man, as Sue has once said. And Dia proved it right there and then. A triple to add to his tally, to continue to frag away like he did in that clutch, following suit in the follow-up rounds. A one-way smoke to also look out towards outside from his position. No one's there for complexity, though. AWP as umpires will cut the bomb carrier. It should leave, well, I was going to say should leave Floppy there alone to clutch, but some Pius does back off.
And now we're starting to see some of the X factor from the individuals. Some Pius, Diha finding a lot of impact towards outside. And it slows right down. Complexity just trying to walk out from Squigdor.
There's Valde with the spray. Grim, 1 on 5.
Towards outside, there's a player up towards the top of Silo. They don't know about that.
There's a shot for Sun Pius. Hauls down. All your battle goes his way, and he lands on JT. His number stepping up in the second half. The AUG is snappy, meanwhile, not quite as successful inside out towards the ramp position. That's one pick back, and Floppy can double up. 3 on 3. We saw Grim have the great early games here on Nuke. Floppy over on Overpass had the great late game. Been a bit slow to start, even in the second half. But he's made the difference to bring it to evens.
This looks promising. Slow it right down. Pull the distraction out towards ramp. Leave Floppy there as the lurk. But it's a walk through from Squeakdoor. They've got to clear out Valde at Mustang.
Check this last time. Martin's caught Floppy. Grim goes down. Valde doesn't even need to focus on the last difference maker. Will that be enough to give ENCE the overtime? Sun Pius finds JT and wraps back into the center of the A site. Meanwhile, Snappy receives a very early play out towards ramp. Sees several. Is forced to the reline and gets out of dodge. Sun Pius's orb swings back in and is forced back out. Cannot connect to secondary kill. Snappy doesn't know where to look. Still finds Floppy. Damage done to 5 HP. But a 4 on 4. The bomb should go down, but D is quick on the scene.
Rotates it quick, trying to see if he can trap him out towards the double doors. Grim and Halzo to work together against Diha.
Flashbang turned away from, but they peek ahead of it. All important kill for Grim. Halzerk leaning up as Floppy gets Valde. Martin now, next man forward, gets one, needs two, but Halzerk puts him out of commission. And it's Sun Pius, 30 bombing in his back, coming alive for ENCE, but missing the crucial bullet that costs him his life and costs ENCE the series and their spot in the Pro League playoffs. 16-14, it's a 2-0 North American.